The year is 1988. In a quiet town tucked away in Slovenia, a teenage girl sits cross-legged on her bed, scissors in hand, clipping photos from Western magazines. She's tracing the outlines of supermodels and silver screen idols, her eyes fixed on scenes from Paris, New York, and Milan, worlds as distant and glittering as a constellation glimpsed from behind the grey veil of socialist Yugoslavia. Those glossy pages become her blueprint, each image a beacon drawing her toward a life beyond the factories and concrete apartment blocks her city is known for. Her name is Melania Knavs. To her, those magazine cutouts are more than decoration. They're a promise that something more is possible. And unlike so many of her classmates, resigned to a future measured by pay stubs and factory shifts, Melania sketches dreams in between German and math. The industrial echo of her hometown, Sevnica, isn't her symphony. It's merely the background to her escape. Milan teaches her more than runway walks. It's in the cramped model apartments and the relentless rhythm of go-sees that Melania discovers ambition must be sharpened into calculation. Glamour alone won't pay the rent. Negotiation, timekeeping, and an eye for business set her apart in a city where beauty is as common as rain. By the time she lands in Paris, she's learned that sophistication is not about labels, but about presence, carrying herself with an intelligence that catches the attention of agents and photographers alike. Then comes New York. If Milan showed her business acumen and Paris sophistication, New York's energy transforms her. She becomes Melania Knavs, soon Melania Trump, embracing ambition and blending runway allure with commerce. In 1998, a party invitation leads her to Donald Trump, a headline fixture. Their meeting sparks society columns and speculation. Offstage, Melania's transformation continues, from fashion spreads to business deals, licensing her name. Fast forward to 2024. Air Force One is no longer an abstraction. It's become a shuttle between gala dinners, meetings, and the sparkling confines of Mar-a-Lago. The girl who once scrutinized jewelry in catalogs now wears a $3 million engagement ring, a 25-carat diamond that weighs as heavily with meaning as with carats. Her personal fortune, $50 million by the latest estimate, might pale in comparison to her husband's billions, but it's no accident. Jewelry lines populate QVC. A skincare brand, Melania Caviar, makes headlines, reminding the world that sometimes caviar belongs on the skin, not the plate. The assets and investments accumulate, quietly, deliberately. Yet, for all the headlines and speculation, Melania remains a paradox. Her public appearances are rare, calculated, and always controlled. She speaks when it serves her. Her silence is often louder than words. As First Lady, she launches the Be Best initiative, channeling the lessons of her own insular upbringing into advocacy for children and internet safety. Critics point out the ironies, but she presses on, undeterred. Her upbringing, framed by the concrete certainty of Yugoslav apartment blocks and the discipline of her parents, her father, first a chauffeur and then a traveling salesman, her mother, a pattern maker at a children's clothing factory, has instilled in Melania a blend of resilience and restraint. Early on, she mastered languages, Slovenian and German first, then English, French, and Italian, her mind as agile as her famously poised gait. While her contemporaries remained in Sevnica, anchoring themselves to familiar roles, Melania charted a different path. Her early portfolio was enough to carry her from local shows to fashion runways in Milan and Paris, and, crucially, to a well-timed move to Manhattan in the mid-1990s. There, opportunity arrived in the form of modeling contracts, and then, as a deft pivot, in the form of business partnerships, jewelry, skincare, and later, her own digital art ventures. After the Trump's departure from the White House in January 2021, Melania did not retreat from public life entirely. Instead, she recalibrated. Her presence is felt selectively. The launch of an NFT platform in 2021, a high-profile memoir set for October 2024, and charitable activities that continue, albeit behind the velvet ropes of privacy. Unlike her predecessors, Melania redefines what it means to be a modern First Lady. Her tenure at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue was marked by a streamlined staff, a carefully curated public image, and an unapologetic pursuit of privacy in an age obsessed with transparency. Was it strategy, necessity, or instinct? The debate still simmers. As Donald Trump's 2024 campaign gathers steam, Melania gears up for a possible second act in Washington. The world looks on, waiting to see if her distinctive approach, elegant, restrained, intentional, can evolve to meet the demands of a changing era. Her trajectory from a Slovenian industrial town to the highest echelons of American society resonates with immigrants and dreamers alike, a testament to ambition, adaptability, and the sometimes inscrutable calculus of power. The next chapter of Melania Trump's story is unwritten, but one thing remains clear. Her journey, from the shadows of Yugoslav factories to the spotlight of the global stage, is more than a rags-to-riches tale. It's a lesson in the power of reinvention and the enduring appeal of a woman who knows the value of leaving questions unanswered.